Alright guys, what is up? This is your girl, Bofina1, bringing you guys another YouTube video. So it seems to be that a lot of my videos that regarding YouTuber tips and stuff for newer YouTubers, it seems like you guys are really enjoying them and are liking them, and I'm liking them too. So I wanted to do another video talking about for gamers for the most part and tips for them regarding equipment. The other one was just talking about kind of like the overall YouTube tips and just like how you should approach YouTube and don't burn yourself out. Well, this was going to talk about specifically, I think, a little bit more of the equipment that is needed. So let's hop right into it. So, you're starting a YouTube channel. You're like, yeah, I want to do this. I'm super excited. I can't wait to get started. I want to be, the next PewDiePie. I want to be the next Ali. I want to be the next whoever, is a YouTuber that's a gamer. Well, first you got to think about the equipment that is needed, whether you are streaming, whether you're doing YouTube, and like me, whether you do both. You have to think about what are some of the things that you are going to need to be successful. First is, I hate to say it, but you're gonna have to have a little bit of money to spend, to buy some of these essential products. And first, you need to think about what type of gamer are you. Are you a PC gamer or are you a console gamer? I would say, in terms of streaming or just YouTube videos in general, a console gamer is probably going to cost you just a little bit more than a PC gamer. So let's start with that. If you are a console gamer, first, you're going to need to buy a console, right? So whether it's a new gen console or old gen console, you got to have some type of console to play on to play your video games, right? Cool. Then you're going to need some type of computer. It is a laptop or it is a gaming tower. I would recommend a gaming tower, since a lot of time laptops, unless you really get a gaming laptop, which are really expensive. Most of them are like over $1,000, which I wouldn't get, just because if you're going to spend $1,000-something on a gaming laptop, you could either, one, buy a gaming desktop, or two, use that money to buy yourself your own parts and then make your tower yourself. Step two, you're going to need an Elgato gaming capture. And basically this allows you to project what is happening, from your TV, from your PlayStation 4, Xbox One, or whatever console you're using, to your computer, on the monitor, to everybody else based on YouTube or streaming. So you got to have that, because no one's going to see what you're doing unless you're streaming off your PlayStation 4. You're streaming off your Xbox One. But in terms of making videos, I mean, I guess you could get a USB and record your stuff on your console, take it out, and then put it on your tower and then upload it. But in terms of quality, the PlayStation 4 only goes up to 720p, the Elgato goes up to 1080p, and you want to get that 1080p 30 frames per second, if not higher, because that's really where everything is going, 1080p and up, or it's been there, but now it's kind of more of like a necessity. The next thing that you're going to want if you're doing YouTube or Twitch or whatever, is you're going to want to get a decent microphone. And that's kind of hard, that's like a vague statement, like, oh, you need a decent microphone. Okay, well, what type of microphone do I necessarily need? Because there are a lot of microphones. Me, myself, I started out using my microphone in Asus headset, which is basically, it's not quite a third-party headset, but it's not too much better than it. And the quality of it was okay, but it wasn't that good. So I ended up changing over and getting me a Blue Yeti microphone. I saved up the money to get it. I know some people there's a debate of the Blue Yeti microphone and the Blue Snowball. I would definitely say get the Blue Yeti microphone, just because the quality of it is going to be a little bit better. Obviously, you're going to need a little bit of a pop filter. You have to adjust with some of the settings, but it's pretty crisp and it's pretty clean. I just would say the better quality, the better. Instead of having to keep constantly upgrading, just spend a little bit extra money from the bat and be done with it. The next thing that you are probably going to need somewhere down the line, you don't necessarily have to have this, but I would recommend it, is getting some type of camera. Whether it's a Canon camera or whether it's like a Logitech camera that you put on top of your computer, because at some point of you being on YouTube or Twitch, people are going to eventually want to see what you look like. They're going to want to see your reactions. They're going to want to know, who is this person that is talking all this? They want to know. So I think that's kind of like another essential. Next thing is a monitor. Obviously that's kind of like self-explanatory, but this is kind of more for streamers, the streaming side than the YouTube side. A lot of time you're going to want more than one monitor, and I've been rocking with one monitor, but I would like to get another monitor. And the reason why I say you need more than one monitor is because, especially if you are a PC gamer, all right, if you're a PC gamer, you already have one monitor taken up for just playing games, right? Okay, well, what about your chat? You need another monitor to look at your chat. Okay, what if you have like Skype calls? What if you have donations? What if, you're looking at your sub count? You need another monitor for that. Or what if you want to play music? So the ideal monitor amount is 2 to 3 monitors, so you can have everything you need right there, so you're not having to constantly keep clicking in and out of the game back and forth. You could just kind of stay where you're at and enjoy the game. The next thing that you're going to want to need in order to be, for YouTuber, is you're going to need some type of software to edit your material. And what I mean by that is you're going to need something that you can import your clips into, to do effects, to do sound effects, to have awesome, editing skills, whatever. You're going to need something like that. I would recommend, especially starting off, especially if you don't know this is something that you really want to do, I would recommend Lightworks. Lightworks is a free editing software that basically can do almost anything that any other paid software, editing software that you can get can do. And I would recommend that. You can render your videos up to 720p, which is still considered HD. And if you want, you can pay to be able to render it to 1080p. I think it's 2040p, and there's another one, so you can render it up higher. But starting out, especially if you don't know if you want to do YouTube, I would use Lightworks, because it's, you don't know, right? So you don't want to go and spend a buttload of money and then you hate it, right? The next thing that I would recommend using is for your thumbnails. Now, I know me, I'm not the best at thumbnails, but I do try my best. And a lot of people say use Adobe Photoshop. And I know the free version supposedly is not that good as the paid version. I would use Pixlr. That's the website I use, Pixlr.com, pixel.com. It allows you to basically bring in images, edit them, crop them, mesh their layers together so it looks more realistic, text, all that stuff. It's free. So it's not that bad for a starter, I would say. The next thing I would say is get some type of rendering software. So a lot of my cameras and stuff only shoot in 30 frames per second, but a lot of time I want myself to be in 60 frames per second. So I use iFrame or iConverter, and basically allows you to import your clips, and then you're able to render them so they look a lot better. And that's what I would recommend to make your clips look a little bit better, especially if you're going on the end of lower quality. The next thing is lighting. You need to have good lighting, especially if you are a streamer or if you are using, YouTube and you're talking to the camera. And I know it's extremely hard because sometimes you don't have the best lighting in your house. Sometimes it's not sunny where you live, so you don't get that natural lighting, but you need to get the best amount of lighting that you can possibly get, because it will help your quality look better. People that see you'll look better, and it gives the audience a better image of you as a whole. And I think that's probably about it in terms of starting off. Some of the things that I think are essential in terms of if you're a new YouTuber, and this goes for new streamers, they're both kind of hand in hand. These are things that you're going to want to get starting off. If you really want to try to compete, I guess is what I'm saying. If you really want people to take you seriously as a successful YouTuber, and that's not saying that I am, but I'm saying that if you want people to take you seriously, you should not be producing videos in 240p. Or 480p or 360p. I hate to say it, but everything should be at least 720p and up. If it's not that, you really shouldn't be worried about putting the video up, because people want HD. YouTube has basically become like TV, and people do not want something that's garbage, basically is what I'm saying. I hate to say that, but it's the truth. So yeah, guys, this is the end of my YouTuber tips for gamers in terms of equipment. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, as well as don't forget to follow me on my other 3 accounts, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook. I'll leave a link to all of those 3 channels down below in the description box, and also let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll talk to you later. Peace, Fenner.